Pete JENSON, is Lewandowski the marquee signing Barcelona crave? At the end of last season, Barcelona were confident that they would keep Lionel Messi. In the middle of this season they said they were hopeful of signing Erling Haaland. Now as their chances of signing Robert Lewandowski are talked up, fueled by his public admission that he wants to leave Germany, Barcelona supporters are split over how this will end. Does Joan Laporta finally get his marquee signing, or is this just more fantasy football from the Barcelona president? In favor of Barcelona pulling off the coup is the player's desire to sign. Xavi has spoken personally to Lewandowski. The player's agent Pini Zahavi has a good relationship with Laporta. And Saturday's farewell to Bayern supporters further greased the cogs, pending Bayern signing a replacement and not just deciding to let him run down his deal, giving them 12 months to bring in another forward. For now, Barcelona are happy the player is doing everything in his power to sign, but are still doubtful over whether they would be able to register him with La Liga, who still have them tied to Article 100, obliging them to bring in 4 times as much money as they spend on any player. If Lewandowski came in earning £17 million gross and costing £30 million in transfer fee, even spread over a 3-year contract that amounts to £15 million a year, Barcelona would need to bring in 72 meters to satisfy the league's financial fair play rule. They want to sell Frenkie de Jong to Manchester United for that amount, but selling the Dutch midfielder would leave them needing to bring in a replacement, probably Carlos Soler from Valencia, and they would need to register him and other new players. Frank Kessie arrives from Milan, Andreas Christensen and maybe Cesar Azpilicueta come in from Chelsea. It will be a struggle to register them with La Liga, just as Barcelona had to wait to register Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the January market. There is still pessimism among some at the club that this can be pulled off. No one would be surprised if the big gains this summer don't end up being re-signing Ousmane Dembele, presenting a fully fit Ansu Fati in pre-season, and, if Leeds get relegated, taking advantage of Rafinha's £21.2 million release clause. One thing is clear, Xavi has put in the leg work since he took over as coach, and the club need to reward him with a competitive squad for next season. He went to Munich to sit down with Haaland in March, only for it to soon become clear that the possibility of him signing was slim to zero. He has convinced Lewandowski that he can build his young Barcelona team around him. Even if the Polish striker does not arrive, Xavi will begin the season feeling let down by his board if his desire to have 2 players for each position are not met. In goal, Marc-Andre ter Stegen will stay, but Neto will move on to make way for Inaki Pina, who returns from a loan at Galatasaray. At right back, if Azpilicueta arrives, it looks unlikely that Dani Alves will be offered a new contract. The Chelsea defender would compete with Sergiño Dest, providing there are no big offers for the US international. In the center of defense, Ronald Araujo, Gerard Pique, Eric Garcia and Andreas Christensen will compete for the 2 positions. At left back, Xavi wants Javi Gallinero to compete with Jordi Alba, although bringing in either might depend on Celta Vigo or Valencia being willing to factor players into the deal. Clement Lenglet, Samuel Umtiti, Martin Braithwaite and Oscar Mingueza are all options to become makeweights in any transfers. In midfield, Xavi wants a squad of 6, with Kessie arriving from Milan to join Sergio Busquets, Gavi, Pedri, Nico and De Jong or Soler if De Jong leaves. In attack, Xavi sees Dembele, Lewandowski and Fati from right to left as his perfect forward line. Memphis, Aubameyang and Ferran Torres would complete the 6, with Rafinha, represented by Deco, arriving if Dembele doesn't stay. But the coach's wish list veers back towards the fantasy unless Barcelona's financial situation can change drastically in the coming weeks. To all the other interminable ifs and buts, the club finally selling off Barca Studios or accepting the investment fund deal with CVC can be added. The former doesn't seem imminent, and the second remains a course of action they would prefer to avoid. On the bright side, Barcelona could seal second today with a point against Getafe, and with the subsequent spike in TV money paid to clubs according to where they finish in the table, and the financial reward for participating in the Spanish Super Cup, courtesy of finishing 2-2, that could mean an extra 20 euros. It all goes towards the dream of bringing in Lewandowski. Laporta will hope it's enough to avoid an unwelcome hat-trick of 3 targets, Messi, Haaland and Lewandowski, not met.